Hi guys, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel and watching some videos, okay? All right. So, Donnie Swaggart. If you know Jimmy Swaggart, okay? Very big ministry. Jimmy Swaggart has his own scandal over the years. He repented. There are videos of him crying and asking the Lord to forgive him. But his son, Donnie Swaggart, okay, he says like a letter to the president. It's like this is the letter I can write to the President Trump, okay. This is not President Biden. This was published when he said this during President Trump, after knowing he has lost the election, after knowing this was published like December the 2nd, November 3rd, that's when we went and voted and we had elections. Few days later, the elections were called, okay? So he fairly knew what was going on. But here's the letter, here's what he says from the pulpit, a letter to President Trump. He obviously lives in denial, and he also believes the elections were stolen. But I think let's how about let's just listen to what he says, and then I'll provide my commentary. Okay, so I'm gonna roll the tape just now.
I write very few letters. I answer emails, phone calls, but I write very few letters. Dad and I were talking Friday, and we were talking about the president. And
So his dad, Jim Swaggart, was talking with he was talking with his dad, Jim Swaggart, about the president.
I was talking about how disappointed I was that the mainstream Republican Party has abandoned our president and are running for the hills. And I said, I saw him on TV yesterday, and they did a close-up of his face. And I said, I looked into his eyes, and I could see a man that loves this country.
This is in church, okay?
I could see a man that knew he won, and yet it was being stolen from him.
So he's obviously giving a false lie, okay, that everybody, a lot of people were in denial, pastors, prophets, supporters of Trump that believes Trump won and it was stolen from him. That's what he believes. Okay, Donnie Swaggart believes Trump won, the election was stolen from him. He's saying this from the pulpit in the church.
And if I would ever write a letter to any president, I would say this to you: Dear Mr. President, I registered to vote in 1973. I have never missed an election, city, state, federal, in that time. In 2015, when all of the different candidates began to jump out and declare themselves as candidates on the conservative side, I would look at them, hear their remarks, and just go, no. They're just like all the others that have come before them. They're just a professional politician. And I would tell you that I was growing disheartened as I didn't see a true conservative. Until the day I turned on the television and I caught the part where you were going down the escalator of Trump Tower to announce your candidacy.
So he was looking for a true conservative, that is when the election, the first term, when Trump was running for office, okay? He looked at George Bush, he looked at Marco Rubio, all those people that were running for office, he says, like, I don't see a conservative. And then he looks at Trump when he was coming to the escalator coming down to announce his candidacy. Trump was no conservative. Trump was a Democrat before he joined the Republican Party. He was for abortion before he changed his stance on that. So Trump is no conservative. Okay, he's a Republican, but it's not like what Donnie Swaggart wants you and me to believe.
Listen to what you had to say. And in my heart, I said, that's the man I'm supporting. And it was amazing. At lunch, I mentioned that. Mother and Daddy looked at me and said, we saw it, and that's who we're supporting. And I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but as one American citizen, to his president, I want to say I love you, I respect you, and I want to thank you for the following. Number one, I want to thank you for being a friend to Israel. Number two, I want to thank you for being the most ardent hater of abortion of any president that we've ever had in the White House. The only president to ever speak at the Right to Life rally in Washington, D.C. I want to thank you for your defense of Christians around the world. I want to thank you for defending our rights to preach the gospel and to proclaim the good news of Jesus Christ. I want to thank you for getting us out of needless wars. I want to thank you for getting us out of treaties that other administrations have signed that has wasted trillions of dollars of taxpayers' money and has never produced one good thing for the people of the United States of America. I want to thank you for the tax break that you gave at a time.
He's a political pundit, okay? He is talking like one, is acting like one. Definitely is in love with Trump. Is in love with Trump's agenda, in love with whatever Trump has done. That's why he's having a breakdown, because he doesn't know what's going to happen. And this was December 2nd when the elections have been called. And he was praying and telling the audience to pray for an outcome that will make President Trump to remain in office and win the second term. Unfortunately, it did not happen, okay? He says, I want to thank you for the tax break. I don't know if he got some or what happened, but let's listen a little bit more, then we can close.
When many Americans were hurting and needed it. I want to thank you for doing your best to make America great again.
America has been made great again. Hey, Donnie Swaggart. So, you guys, I just wanted you to hear what Donnie was saying here, and you can filter it out. You know, obviously is in love with Trump, is in love with the Republican Party, and the main issue I think for him is abortion, and then he lists out other various things, okay? But he's a political pundit. That's what I want to say to you. He's in denial. He can't believe Trump lost the elections. But hey, let's have a conversation about it. Leave me a comment. Make sure you subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Donnie Swaggart, go full force, saying if I had to write a letter to the President Trump, this is how it should be, okay? So thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Make sure you check out my other videos. Shalom.